I'm Craig Truly, Assistant Editor of Professional Tool and Equipment News. Here's Wrenchin Roger on a Sunday, which is why I'm wearing Wrenchin Roger's shirt. And we're going to go over a few things to air conditioning. UView and Cliplight have given us a few black lights to test. So we're going to show it on die, and you get to decide which light you like the best. Cliplight also has this AC gauge set, which is pretty neat because it's a quick way for a service writer to check, let's say, if the system has a working compressor, if there's refrigerant in the system. And actually we're going to see that it's going to show us if there's dye in there, so we're going to know if we need to inject it or not. We're also going to go over using a power probe hook to turn on an AC compressor. It's a quick way of knowing if the compressor's good or it's bad. Let's get a new compressor in there before we do anything else with air conditioning. But first, let's go up the lights real quick. This is the Vector 7, and to be perfectly honest, it is made of plastic. It's kind of thick. It doesn't feel like a solid metal light. So I didn't know how good this would be, and we will be pleasantly surprised with how bright it makes this die. So we see right here. So this is the Vector 7 on die. As you can see, it's not too bright, but it lights up the die awfully bright. Now we're going to go to the 450 Plus, also from Cliplight. This has got to be the brightest black light I've ever seen. So it's good in going to spots where you're going to really need it focused. If it's too bright, we could make the light less focused, as we can see, and we can make it more focused. So very powerful light from Cliplight. Now I've had years of experience with a lot of these lights from UView. Here's the Phaser Neo. As we can see, lighting up that die. And let's just get a look at this. The brand new UV Phaser Black from UView. So we're going to turn this one on. And so, as we can see, it doesn't make it too bright, but it makes the die real bright. So a lot of great black lights are out there in the market for you guys to get. But now let's turn on the air conditioner on this car. So pardon me, because it's going to be making some noise, so we can look at how this works. You can tell this gauge all the way up here on the low side that compressor isn't working. Hooked up with the hook from Power Probe, we can make it turn on. Pulling about 3 amps, even with a 10 amp fuse. That compressor really only pulls about 3.3 amps. But look at that gauge. See how the pressure goes down? That compressor is pumping refrigerant. And we let off, so it starts building up higher and higher and higher, and it'll go back to where it was. So lastly, I want to show you something really cool, which is with this gauge. As you see the light, there's nothing in there until we start turning the knob. Look at that. And just in case you couldn't tell, because it's green, black light. And then if you want it back, we just simply close one side. And we let it open up until it sucks all of it out. So let's talk about this a little bit. Turn off the car. Why would we need a set like this? That's a good question. Well, they don't really have sight glasses in air conditioning anymore. How do you know if there's refrigerant in it really quick? Well, it looks like water, doesn't it? So that's one real quick way to check if there's refrigerant. Also, real quick way to check if there's dye. So if I know if I'm charging the customer, I'm going to be charging them to put dye in the system. We're looking for a leak because, sorry, you do not have dye in your car. Or if there is dye, we know we could start looking for a leak if this car came with low refrigerant in it or something like that. A lot of air conditioning machines will suck out the refrigerant and wait for you, tell you exactly how much is in there. You get a look, you do get an idea from looking at pressures. So a tool like this is really good for a quick check. A lot of people do a free check, a $30 check, competing with chains that give it away. So this tool is a quick way for a lot of people, and actually it has fittings where if you have your own scale, your own refrigerant, you can actually add refrigerant this way without a whole machine. So there's another method to do that as well. So anyway, a lot of nice tools here. Thanks to Power Probe, Cliplight, and UView. Thanks to them. Wrenchin Roger signing out.